I'm Lynn Jenkins from the great state of Kansas. Thank you all for being here. Mothers of teenagers, like me, are often mocked by our children for using corny phrases, and we wear that as a badge of honor. But one of those corny mom expressions, when you find yourself in a hole, stop digging, seems particularly relevant today in Washington. But there's no honor in this. Our nation's debt hovers near $13 trillion, and despite a warning from economist Carmen Reinhart from the University of Maryland, who communicated that fiscal austerity is needed now, the folks who run this town have decided to sharpen their shovels and keep digging. Rather than doing what families across the nation are forced to do, to develop a strict budget, to tighten their belts, and to live within their means, the Democrat majority continues to tunnel and has refused to even discuss a budget. My teenagers struggle to accept the fact that they cannot spend more money than they are budgeted. But they're teenagers. They're not members of Congress. On February 4th of this year, Speaker Pelosi pledged to lead a more fiscally responsible House. She promised to bring bills to the floor only if they were paid for and if they reduced the deficit. Unfortunately, the practice of saying one thing and doing another is alive and well in Washington, D.C. Mothers and fathers across the country are growing disgusted with this town. It's time for the arrogance and the hypocrisy in our nation's capital to stop. It's time for the Democrat leadership to admit they've got a spending and borrowing problem and admit that it's bankrupting our nation. It's time not only to pledge to be fiscally responsible, it's time to actually do it. We need to stop digging and start building a responsible budget plan.